So today we're going to talk about Cain and Abel, Genesis 4. Adam was with his wife Eve, and she became pregnant and gave birth to Cain. She said, "With the help of the Lord I have brought forth a man." And later she gave birth to his brother Abel. Now Abel kept flocks and Cain worked the soil. In the course of time, Cain brought some of the fruits of the soil as an offering to the Lord, and Abel also brought an offering, fat portions from some of the firstborn of his flock. Again, let me repeat, in the course of time, Cain brought some of the fruits of the soil as an offering to the Lord, and Abel also brought an offering, fat portions from some of the firstborn of his flock. The firstborn. The Lord looked with favor on Abel and his offering, but on Cain and his offering he did not look with favor. So Cain was very angry, and his face was downcast. Then the Lord said to Cain, "Why are you angry? Why is your face downcast? If you do what is right, will you not be accepted? But if you do not do what is right, sin is crouching at your door. It desires to have you, but you must rule over it. You're faced with a decision to make. Which one do you choose?" In life, there's always one or the other. The narrow door, Abel. The wide gate, Cain. Abel had flocks that he led, fat portions of the firstborn that he gave to the Lord. Cain worked the ground, and he worked hard. So he gave the Lord some of the fruits of the soil. Some of the fruits of the soil. That came with contempt. He didn't want to give up easily what he had worked so hard for. And Abel came with the thought in mind that this was the best of the best that he could produce. The first portions. So I'm going to give you an analogy here. We're going to use McDonald's French fries in my analogy. You get those beautiful golden fries, salted to perfection, looking better than the commercial. Fresh out of the fryer into the bag. What do? I'm just going to pause here for a second. What do? I know what I do. I stick my hand right in the bag and I take out some fries and I stuff them in my mouth. Is your first instinct to offer the first pick of the first succulent fry to your neighbor before you dig in and put at least 3 in your mouth before 30 seconds is up? Or do you even offer to anyone around you? Me first. What do you hear when I say this? So this could go either way, right? When I say the words, me first. But for the sake of this, let me point a finger at me first. I'm the first to say, when it comes to those yummy McDonald's fries, I'll buy you your own, but don't look at mine. And for every moment that I do that, you can put me in the Cain category. Me first. Now, someone actually brought this to my attention one day. And since then, now I've got to make a conscious effort to offer first, whatever it may be. And let me tell you, it's hard to offer up some of those McDonald's fries to somebody else first. Share first before I take. Share first before I take. This still puts me in the Cain category. Why? Because I'm still thinking of me first. Is there a time when no matter what you would be put into the Abel category? A time where it was or it is just natural instinct to put something or someone ahead of yourself without even thinking about it? When is that time for you? When I asked myself this question and pondered it for a moment for myself, I could not come up with any scenarios. I thought, maybe only a mother to her child. So the answer I've come up with is to get to be like Abel all of the time is a work in progress, and it will always be a work in progress. One selfless act of putting God first does not make you an Abel today if you haven't been that way all the way through. It takes steps. It takes progress. It begins with making a conscious effort, like I shared before. Giving your neighbor first pick at those golden yummy fries. Being in a rush and allowing someone else to get into the already full elevator ahead of you. Holding the door open for just one more person, even though 10 have already passed through without even acknowledging you. So what's the latter? You'll always be faced with two choices to make. Do you succumb to the easier choice, or do you make a conscious effort to make the right choice? And people say you have to teach your children to be kind and share and do generous things. And I believe it's way harder for us adults to do this, and maybe we can learn from our children. If you look at Matthew chapter 18, verse 2, he called a little child to him and placed the child among them. And he said, "Truly, I tell you, unless you change and become like little children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. Therefore, whoever takes the lowly position of this child is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. And whoever welcomes one such child in my name welcomes me." See, as adults, we've already been burned. We already sinned and have guilt for making the wrong decisions. A lot. And how do we turn from this guilt? I would say, take your sin and offer to the Lord your repentance before doing anything else that begins your day. Offer the Lord the first thoughts you have as soon as you open your eyes. Believe and have faith that He will guide you to make the right choice every step of the way. Turn me first into the Lord first and see how this changes your way. And just like anything else, this is going to be a work in progress. But I think that this is what is meant with the story of Cain and Abel. And if you've read this story, you know that instead of coming to the plate and facing the guilt, right? Instead of coming to the Lord, because the Lord asked Cain, "What have you done?" And his reply was, "I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper?" He killed him. He killed him because he couldn't bear the guilt of not being honest and true when offering himself to the Lord. Instead, he would have rather killed him than say that. So the Lord responded to him, "What have you done? Listen, your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground. Your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground." And it's not to say that he would have said, everything is okay. No. Cain, again, was faced with another decision. And instead of come to the plate and say, "Lord, you know what? You're right. My heart wasn't right when I came to you. My heart wasn't right." He blamed his brother for making the right decision. Offer the Lord the first thoughts you have as soon as you open your eyes. Every morning, you pray. You put your heart on the table for the Lord. And watch how He guides you every step of the way. And again, work in progress. You have to make a conscious effort to do this. But when you do, the Lord will change your life. And if you don't make that conscious effort, you'll continue in a spiral of making the wrong decisions. If you don't come to the Lord first, you'll continue in that spiral. But you have a chance every single day to wake up and stop that wrong decision making dead in its tracks. Come to the Lord first. Not me first, the Lord first.